Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Non-League to Legend, the French edition, where we are Paris 13 Atletico and we look to do it better than PSG. For the first time, that is correct, that I come to in an episode, I can technically say we are. As we are ahead of him on the table, after 10 games played, we are the only side that have won all 10. Saying that though, today's episode is a doubleheader of German proportions, as we have Dortmund at home and Bayern Munich in a replay of last year's absolutely storming 2-2 draw that we had at home, where, look, if we could somehow get a result here today, we're going to be in primo position to mount a challenge to get out of the Champions League in the top 8 spots. Do I think that is a possibility? I still don't, because we still got to play Dortmund, Bayern, and of course Real Madrid. But we'll see how we go. In terms of results, let's have a look at us since we last met, which was the Inter game and the Dynamo game. We beat Lyon after being 1-0 down in a massive game to come back in and win away from home. Moukoko and Melbourne off the bench, providing the goods. And then on a day where Lille absolutely FM PSG, we fully rotated apart from Kana and Moukoko, who I took Moukoko up after only 30 minutes. We won 6-1. Only downer is, unlike last year where we were absolutely clean sheet dynamites, Kim struggling for clean sheets this year. Only has kept 4 clean sheets in 10. So the likelihood of me planning to be a better defensive unit, not happening, but we're scoring more goals, and PSG have been FM'd. And look, I'm going to show it to you because it's a really bad one. Lille absolutely did him in. 2 shots won versus 12 shots free. I love to see it. It takes this sort of thing for you to win the league in France. Which means after the Bayern game, 4 days later, we are going to give you a PSG game. Because if we somehow win against PSG at home, I tell you what, boys, this could be the one time that we might be able to topple them and win the league. Anyhow, back to today's episode, we have got Dortmund in the Champions League. They've got a very good team. They've got the good old Adeyemi up top. Yeah, trouble. And they've also got Giovanni Reina. Yeah, trouble. But mercifully, they do not have a Moukoko, because he plays for us and he's biting at the chomp to get at him. They also have Guilherme, who's unhappy, but he's fantastic. And yeah, trouble. They are a good side. However, they have not started particularly well. They're 5th in the Bundesliga with a lot of draws, so not having the best of time. If you have a look in the Champions League, they drew to Atletico and beat Panathinaikos in the last game 3-0 like they should have. So maybe it's actually not a bad time to be playing Dortmund at home. Without further ado, we're going to get straight into it, and after the boys being rotated, we are at full strength. We've got Kim in net with Ingles, Demiral, Tosin, and Cicello. The only worry is, of course, Demiral, who has looked a bit shaky since signing him. We have brought him in with the intention of, you're going to be playing a big part of our defensive solidity and make us a little bit better at the back. If anything, we look worse when he plays. Yeah, this could be his last chance before I might ship him out and put Mbele in. This guy's the backup centre-back, and that's that. But with that being said, that's the back four. On paper, it's good. Cicello not having his best of years, but the captain is young and obviously is going to be world class. Cana, Roviella, and Luis Fernando are the midfield three. Luis Fernando loving a big game and is developing, as mentioned in previous episodes. So yeah, we're going to give him his time. Melbourne off the bench has been superb. Dosu back from injury, got 3 assists in his 55-minute cameo against Montpellier. Bakayoko got a full rest, and Moukoko only played 30 minutes, has got 11 goals in 9 league appearances. He is ready to show Dortmund why he should have been playing, and instead of being benched and not starting in 95% of their matches that he was there. In terms of the team itself, we'll get the team talk out of the way. We'll have a look at Dortmund's actual team, how they're lining up there. Might be a couple other names that we missed out there. Kobo Net, we know how good he can be, the Swiss international. Rodriguez looks pretty good as a Portuguese centre-back. Nico is getting a bit older, so maybe we can get at Nico. Diaz on the left looks pretty good. Gabriel, very good on the right. He's only 20, geez. Togo international. I love seeing regens like that. That's awesome. Cristiano Mendes. Yeah, he's not bad either. Adeyemi on the right. Reina through the middle. I've seen this guy because he won like that European Under-21 Player of the Year twice in this save. He's very nippy. The Turkish international Guilherme's up top. Off the bench, there might be people that people may know. Ndiaye Cissé, our former man's made the bench. There he is, still yet to leave. 35 caps for Senegal. Hasn't really developed since we sold him. Outside of that, there as well. Not really knowing too many other players there as well. Maximilian Eggestein. Yeah, I know who you are. Well, he's a bit slow. Don't mind if he comes on. But look, we're in a pretty good spot. With that being said, let's get into it. Without further ado, it's the Champions League. They've probably got a better starting 11 than us, but we might have a better squad. Like, their bench, maybe this is going to be a bit closer than we thought. Can see why Dortmund are not having the best of year this year if they're trying to rotate, because I don't think they've got the depth that they usually should have. Look, let's see what happens. It's the yellow wall. Dortmund in the full yellow looking absolutely superb. And we're obviously in the good old black with the green fluoro stripe. It's the Champions League. It's live. It's in Paris. If you are enjoying the content, give it a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let me know if you think we're going to make it through the group without needing to go through into the first knockout round. Bakayoko steps up. Free kick just wide and just high. As it brushes the top of the side of the netting. I don't know. It was close. That's what we'll say. But look, 11 minutes in, we're dominating the ball. Dortmund, though, are probably a side that don't mind playing on the break with the pace they have. So we need an early goal. We need the first one. 20 minutes played, though, and we're not being dominated. So that's a very good sign against German opposition. 7 shots, 8 shots, nothing with 62% of the ball. This feels like one of those games you lose and you're very distraught about losing. As time ticks away. 9 shots now. Cancelled that. Actually praise him here with 5 minutes left to go because I've had a pretty good half here. No highlight, 0-0. Very boring game. I'm happy though. If we play like that, you would suggest that we score, right? Highlight straight after half time. If they score right now, I'll be livid. As Giovanni Reina picks up the ball and drives, he's fantastic at this. Moukoko tries to step up and press, doesn't happen. Good from Inguez. Ravella, Dossu on the break. Mokoku's with him. Moukoko on his left peg. Moukoko through Kobel. We lead 1-0 against Dortmund, and it's Moukoko against his former side. He looked onside to me. I think this one counts. 47 minutes played, and it has been given. And Moukoko against Dortmund, after they've absolutely shun him and try to make him not have a career in football, has put a 1-0 up. I will say Kobel probably should save it. It's a poor animation, but I don't care. It's 1-0. We lead against Dortmund at home. Apparently we're checking VAR, even though he looked about 1,000,000 metres onside, which he is. And yeah, look, he is very, very good, this boy. Very, very good. That's our first shot on target, apparently, and we've had 11 chances. Adeyemi now. Rodriguez, the Portuguese centre-back. Back to the German centre-back, who's 31 years of age. Mendes, poor ball, Inguez in the right area. Bakayoko knows how to pick it up. Poor touch from Bakayoko. Ball to Guilherme, who's very good at what he does. That's a goal. That's a finish. And it's a mistake from our best winger in Bakayoko that has given Guilherme a chance. And he scored, and it's given. And you'd put your house on Bakayoko not forgetting how to touch a ball. And just like that, we have been penetrated again. Yet again, Demirel has been licked. He's fast turning into the worst sign we've made of the save, which on paper he looks fantastic. And they do not deserve to come back in here and will lead 2-1. Mendes now, ball over the top, cleared by Tosin. Poor from Nicolo Ravella, which you don't say often. Demirel wins that header though at least. Then Canna now finds Bakayoko. No mistake please this time, Bakayoko. Really? If we concede to 2 Bakayoko mistakes and build up, which we're about to, Kim, what a save. Bailed us out. Am I really about to drag Bakayoko after 2 mistakes? Am I about to drag our best winger? Dossu now, he gets fouled. Thank you, ref. I thought he wasn't going to blow. 57 minutes played. Cicello, Canna, Tosin, Demiral, Canna, Tosin. Ball and a half looking for Bakayoko. Surely he doesn't. He's made another mistake. Ravella. Bakayoko picks it up this time. Deflection. Dossu head straight at Kobel. They reckon Bakayoko's on a 7. I reckon this is one of the worst games I've ever watched him play. Highlight's going to continue here, and Demaru I do not trust anymore. Left it for Ingwes, who wins the header. Bakayoko now. Finds Dosu, Makoku. Dosu makes a great 1-2 run. And for whatever reason, instead of taking it 1-on-1, hit it first time on his non-preferred left foot. Yeah, that makes sense, FM. Another highlight. Crazy game. We've been the better side. Bakayoko forgets that he can maybe win a tackle. I'm taking him off after this highlight, I think. Kana heads. Bakayoko heads down to Ingwes. Demaril. Kana. Luis Fernando. Bakayoko. Makoku never made the run. Ravella. Kana. Luis Fernando. Demaral. Ingwes. Kana. Luis Fernando. Ball and a half over to Dosu. Suselo's with him. He said he whips. Backstick. Bakayoko. Just before I take him off. Wins a header at the backstick. He now stays out there. He's had a stinker of a game, but he pops up with a goal to put us 2-1 up. That's his 50th goal of his career here at Paris 13 Atletico, apparently, according to FM there in its commentary. But we lead 2-1 against Dortmund. Ball backstick. Bakayoko rises highest. Kobel beat. A little bit of lag, I feel like, graphically there. Probably the graphics engine having a moment. We've had 19 shots. We've had much the better of the game, but somehow this game is only 2-1. Luis Fernando now. Good touch. Ravella. Could have moved the ball along. Could have played your centre-back, but no. I think there needs to be a change because they're just winning the ball way too easy. Adeyemi looked offside. Referee said no, he wasn't. His effort's well saved. Deflected into the post and cleared. There was no offside flag. It would have counted. Great save from Kim. We are making some changes because I'm not happy with the middle of the park here at all. Melbalai, you know how to play a big game, you're on. Demaru, I feel like he's having a stinker, even though the game reckons he's having a good game. I don't think he is. So I'm actually going to move Ingwes in, toss him to the other side. Demaru off for Timothy, the normal back four. Two changes for now. Pimbele, Ravella, Pimbele, Bakayoko, Kana, Melbalai. Great ball out there to Dosu. Makoku screaming for it, never got it. Top of the box to Kana, Melbalai, one touch. Ravella's got a hit. Come on, what a finish. 3-1. Melbalai, first thing he does off the bench, he just goes, give me the ball, I'm going to create, I'm going to do what I need to do, I've got class, I'm the best player statistically, even though FM doesn't like me in star ratings. I'm Melbalai, I'm going to give you an assist. Back towards goal, one touch, Ravella pops it into the top bin, as good of a finish as you will see into the top bin. And we lead 3-1 versus Dortmund. There we go. We are going to make a change here. Bakayoko has not had his best of game. He got me the goal, but Maxine's actually going to come out as a winger. On the break with speed, off you go. Cicelo's going to come out here for Ferland Mendy. And Kana is pretty dead. And Guez is dead too. Kana's dead. Apparently we put Areola on. I thought I'll put Mendy on. I'm glad I saw that. Do we risk Kana? Or do we risk Hector Ingwes? Think. Toss it into there. Toss it as a ball-winning midfielder there on defend. Just sit. Kana out. Diallo is the man possessed. But Ian Karte is more experienced. And is quick. Might do that. At the same time, still play the same way, just time waste a bit more. And Mendy, you don't have to go as further forward as you need to. There we are. 75 minutes played, 3-1 lead. Tosson's just going to sit in, ball win now. Done. Maxine on the break if needed. Kim's had a worldie of a game in goal. And as time ticks away, what could be a most famous win is nearly in the bag. Maxine. Pimbele, Tossin, whips one in there. Kobel came, and to be fair to the keeper, through bodies is a nice gather. And he goes long. A goal right now for Dortmund makes things interesting. Mendy goes all the way back there to Kim, who thumps one long. I don't mind that. Melbalai puts some pressure on, but Adeyemi is going to win that. Good ball there into Anzo. Ingwez wins the header. Makoku, Roviella. Maxine, you're quick, you're on your bike. Get out of here now and present and get down the line. Roviella made the run of all people. Kobel came for it. Falls to Makoku off the goal line. Would have been the sealer. 92nd minute, another highlight. Melbourne. Ball over the top, looking for Dosu. Here's ball to Rovella. He heads down. Well, he doesn't actually. He didn't win it. Mendy wins it back, straight back to him. A goal would make things nervy. We don't want to see him score. Adiemi, Mendy with a tackle. Tossin wins it. Tossin goes. He looks over the top of Makoku. Poor. Keeper's out of position. Dosu could have shot. Decided against it. He has Melbourne. That's game over. It's 4-1. We've absolutely pumped Dortmund, and we deserve the fourth. Melbourne yet again proving that he is our best centre midfielder. I know the stats. The stats say he is. As an advanced playmaker, he's world class. But the stats, the star ratings say no, he's not. He's not even good enough to be in our starting 11. But every time this boy's on the park, he scores, he gets assists, he's just so clean. And Dosso with another assist. Melbourne off the bench for a goal and an assist. That looked like it went in. Can I have some goal line technology, please? How did that happen? Is that not a goal? Apparently that's not a key highlight, and he's gone through the net. Hello, Football Manager. Makoku's just scored a fifth. Give me my goal line technology. That's a goal. Anyway, Ravella, Tossin, Dosu, good touch. Melbourne, Makoku looked like he wanted to get on it. It's all but over, and we're going to win again in the Champions League. We're going to beat Dortmund, and now we get a big old free hit against Bayern. We're losing 7-0, ain't going to matter much, as Kim comes out on a 7.7 and claims, and he's had a fantastic game in net, even though he's conceded a goal. Kim stands there, Tossin's there, Ravella's there. It's all she wrote. Blow your whistle, referee. This is all pointless now. As Mendy picks the ball, finds the Incarte. With 30 seconds over, there we go. It's 4-1. On a day where apparently Dortmund have an XG of 2.32, even though they're never really threatened. We had 26 shots, only 7 on target, 64% possession, and way better pass completion by more than 9%. We have dominated Dortmund and mercifully have won 4-1. Dosu was insane in his creativity. Melbourne Live, a goal and assist off the bench. Bakayoko had a stinker but scored, and Makoku scored against his former club. It is fantastic. It's a very good performance. It's a very good win. And I'll see you guys in a second for Bayern Munich in a game where we get a massive, massive free hit to see if we can put ourselves in a commanding position in the Champions League. Welcome back, YouTube. Match day 2 of this two-legged episode of the German edition of the Champions League here. It's match day 4, technically. But we have got, obviously, Bayern at home. We've only played one league game in the middle. We played Dijon, and we got absolutely FM'd after we laughed at PSG. At least we can say we did not lose. 27 shots, 9 on target, XG of 3. Hit the post, I think 4 times the bar once, so 5 times we hit the woodwork. They got a 88th minute free kick. Demirel and Tossin cannot keep a clean sheet together. Kim's not keeping clean sheets at the minute. And to make matters worse, Kim's actually just done an injury in training, which, before a big game, of course, that would happen. We've actually given him an injection because we kind of need him to play. We've made changes for this game against Bayern. We've gone back to the normal back 4. Tossin will play, even though he was the worst out of the centre-backs in the last game against Dijon. Ingwer's back in at centre-back. Pimbele is going to go back in at right-back. Just going to go with what we know best. It's the same team that drew 2-2 to Bayern Munich last year, because Melbourne is going to start over Luis Fernando. Look, in essence, we're playing really well. I just really think we could play better. And we're not playing as good as last year, which makes no sense because we're top of the tree. We've won more games in the Champions League. Yeah, I think last year we were a better side because we kept more clean sheets and we were a bit more consistent in knowing that we're not going to concede goals. In real life, I'm a big believer that if you don't concede goals, you will win championships because you're not going to lose many games. Period. On Football Manager, for whatever reason, the years where you concede more goals is usually the year we score 150 goals and you win the league. And I'm like, it's not sustainable. It shouldn't be. It makes no sense, but Football Manager this year has been very weird. Anyway, Kim's in net playing with the injection. Hopefully he has a good game like he did last time when we played Bayern. Pimbele, Tossin, Ingwe, Soselo, Kana, Melbourne, Ravella, Bakayoko, Dosu, Makoku. That is a starting 11 that has been together for 2-3 seasons now. Fernando, Demaril, all meant to make the team better. The other guys in and around, like Maxine, he's got interest. That's the first time he's ever had interest from Villarreal. That's fine. They're all guys that are pushing to get in. Fernando should be in, but Mel Belai is just so good at what he does. He's averaging a 7.5. This is the thing. And you look at him statistically, he's an advanced playmaker and attack. He just kills it, right? Yeah, the game ranking's only 2.5 stars. Foot manager's weird this year. Anyway, let's go. Let's continue on. Let's just go get it done. I think it's time to beat Bayern Munich. Let's see what sort of side they put out there. Bayern are flying the top of the Bundesliga for sure. And yeah, it's only going to be depressing to have a look at, isn't it? Sesko's up top and starting. Vinicius Jr. on the left. Yeah, okay. Yeah, trouble. Musiala in the middle. Trouble. Stroikins. Trouble. Declan Rice with Kimmich. Alphonso Davies. Dayot. Delit, Adrian, who's a regen that is that good. The only thing I would say he's not a natural right back. And Dennis is pretty wealthy at 25. On the bench, there's your bench. Yeah, Maxine Lacroix isn't starting, and nor is Wilfred Sonogo. Okay, that's a very good side. Is that the same side that we played against last year? I think it was very similar to that. As well. I'm trying to think. I think someone else started up front and Sesko came off the bench. But outside of that, it's a very similar team to last year. I think Declan Rice might be a new addition. Is he? Nope, he must have played against us last year, and I don't remember. Anyway, how are Bayern going? They're top of the Bundesliga. 9 wins, 1 loss, 27 games. Who did they lose to, I wonder? Looks like Wolfsburg there on that list. But there we are. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what we can do. A draw would be huge. Last year we drew to them. It was 2-2. I expect Bayern to beat me. They're a much better team. But you never know. Bayern are going to be in the Bayern colours. We're going to be in the black with the fluorescent green stripe that you never get to see. They're fantastic. We're very good. We gave them a run around last year. And we drew 2-2 in a game in the last 10-15. We maybe should have won. I don't expect it to be like that. But the thing we did last year is Bayern pressed us really high and we played out superbly. Kim now, Melbourne needs to drop in. Didn't at all. That's the whole reason I played him, is that he knows that he has to drop in there. Stroikens is in, big chance. Kim beat 1-0 down. Unlike last year where we played out to perfection and made no mistakes, we've made a mistake inside 2 minutes, we're 1-0 down. So the way that FM probably going to work is that we're having our best year on paper, and we're going to probably get slapped by Bayern 6-0 or something. Anyway, 1-0, Kim beat, can't do much, can't give Bayern that much time. 1-0 down. Let's see what we can do. 15 minutes played. Outside of that mistake, it's been a fairly even affair. Another goal conceded straight away. Yeah, I don't know what to do with the back four. Like last year, I had no issues with the back four at all. On paper, we made improvements, and we cannot do anything. Anyway, 40 minutes played. Very boring game outside the one mistake where Melbourne I should have dropped in. Half-time, 1-0 down. Not being pumped at least. That's probably a good way to look at it. Here we go. Declan Rice, Brandon. Good ball in. Sesko. 2-0 down. Barring some magnificent comeback, we are about to get slapped. And we've got PSG in the next episode in 4 days' time. Season coming to an abrupt halt, maybe. Just out of nowhere, we're starting to ship goals. It's not good to look at. It's been an even game on paper. Tossen, Canna. Great ball out to Dosu. Ball looking for Melbalai. Looks for Makoku. Great save from Seaman. That was the chance. That was the one that needed to go in. That we never knew. Delit now. Kimmich. Delit. Forced them long, which is always good, but we need to win the header here. And Cicelo is shoved underneath it. The referee says he doesn't think it's a foul. Cesc goes in. That's a goal. Down one end, Makoku misses down the other end. They score. Look, we've got a big game coming up. I'm going to make some changes here. And Beto is going to come in. There we are. I think that's me making sure that game is done and dusted now. Disappointing way to end this episode after beating Dortmund and looking fantastic. But yeah, it just feels like we're about to go on a very poor run of form and FM is about to really stick it up us and we can't keep a clean sheet. It makes no sense. You know, when you make improvements, the team should be better. Last year we drew 2-2 to Bayern. Same side goes out there, we're 4-0 down. Whatever. 4-0 down. All she wrote. This game makes no sense. This happened to us it happened to us last year against Real Madrid, where we were having a fantastic year out of nowhere. Madrid were pretty poor in Spain last year, and then we've got slapped 6-0. We're at home, we barely concede goals. Of course, I've gone into 4x speed and we've scored. It's offside. Watch new. And yeah. 6 shots on target, XG of 1.59, I've scored 4. Yeah. Makes no sense. I don't know what to do. And make it 5-0. Wow, big disappointment. Big disappointment. 5-0. Big disappointment. Well, I've got no way to stop shipping goals out of nowhere. Yes, I need to give him an injection because I've got PSG next game and then I can finally play Areola. Well, that's the end of this episode. Big disappointment. Win. It doesn't get any easier because I've got to contain Mbappe now in the league in first versus second in 4 days' time. And I'll see you guys then for a brand new episode and another game where we've got PSG in the league in a very early game that could decide the league title.